Hi, today we are going to make a chocolate chip cookie in a mug. So this is a microwave cooking experiment. So here's what we're going to need today. Today we're going to need 1 tablespoon of butter, 1 tablespoon of granulated white sugar, 1 tablespoon of packed brown sugar, 3 drops of vanilla extract, a small pinch of salt, got my salt in there, and we're going to need 1/4 cup, or what is considered a scant 1/4 cup, of all-purpose flour. So if you can see there, that's just a little bit under 1/4 cup. Then we're also going to need 2 tablespoons, heaping full tablespoons, of chocolate chips. Now, for those who cannot have dairy, you can also sub out dairy-free chocolate chips and a dairy-free butter. We also need 1 egg yolk. So here's how we're going to do it. The first thing is we're going to start by melting our 1 tablespoon of butter into our mug. So we're going to put it on our microwave. We're not going to make it boil. We're going to have it just melt. So for about 20 seconds to start. This is going to depend on your microwave and how high your heat is. So let's watch this. So a few things I'm going to talk about too is with our mug, our cookie, after it's cooked, we have to remember, just like a real chocolate chip cookie that we bake in the oven, it can keep cooking after it's out of the microwave until it cools down a little bit. So our butter is still not melted all the way. So I'm going to put it back in for maybe another 12 seconds and start it. And we have to be careful that our mug is not too hot to touch. We can use pot holders if we need to, or have our parents help. So we're going to just spin this around a little bit and kind of coat our mug, but we still got lots of butter in there. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our white sugar right here and our brown sugar. Got a fork here. And we're just going to add 3 little drops of vanilla. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put my lid back on here. And we're going to add a pinch of salt. So what that really means is a pinch of salt. Got a little bit of salt. That's it. That's all we need. Now we're going to then stir this up until we get it mixed. It's going to be pretty lumpy looking and not look a thing like a chocolate chip cookie yet. So, once we have that combined well, which it is, we're going to put in our egg yolk. And again, once we have our egg yolk in, we're going to stir it up just until it is mixed. So it looks like this. Now we're going to add our flour. Remember, that's our scant 1/4 cup. It's just a little under 1/4. And we're going to stir again until it is mixed up. This step takes a little bit longer because we don't want any clumps of flour. So if you can see, I'm just stirring this in here really good. If you need help from an adult, that's okay too. Okay, so there's starting to form our dough, pretty thick. Okay, now we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of chocolate chips. Now we're going to keep a few of these about like this, if you can see in there, aside, because we're going to next stir again, and we're going to mix up our cookie. So this is starting to really look like chocolate chip cookie dough. and it really smells like chocolate chip cookie dough. So we're going to stir that in there. Again, this is going to be a little bit tough because your dough is pretty thick. So again, if you need help, that's okay. Just ask for some help. Sometimes things are a little bit tough. Okay, so we've got our dough in here. I'm stirring it down to make sure it's kind of at the bottom. Okay, I'm going to show you our dough right here, our chocolate chip cookie dough. We're going to sprinkle the remainder of these chips right on top. Now we're going to microwave this for just about 1 minute, but we're going to check it at like 50 seconds to see how it's cooked. So here we are. We're going to put it in the microwave. We're going to start for 50 seconds. Now the first thing I did, even though I didn't have it on this video, before I started cooking or even getting my ingredients out, I washed my hands for 20 seconds with warm water and soap, and then made sure they were really dry before I started. So that's really important to do, especially right now. So anytime you are cooking, first thing we do, wash our hands. All right, so our cookie is going to cook, and we're going to check it. So my way of checking this is I have a little toothpick here. Sorry, trying to block out the light. And once our microwave timer goes off, I'm going to check and see if by poking that toothpick in, if it's still really gooey. So here are 50 seconds. I don't even have to stick the toothpick in. If you'll look, there's some spots here that are really shiny, so it needs a little bit more time. My microwave doesn't heat up really fast, so I'm going to add 15 seconds and start. So for a total of 65 seconds, although most of you will not need to go over a minute. Just check it, kind of make sure. So here we are, winding down on our last few seconds of our cookie. And it is still looking a little bit gooey. But I'm going to push my toothpick in there. And other than melted chocolate, if you can see, my toothpick is coming out really well. So my mug is really hot. Let's have an adult help you get the mug out of the microwave. And our cookie is, just like they said, still cooking. So it is still warm. And it says you can eat it as soon as it cools just enough so that it's not too hot. So if you'll wait right here, I'm going to get a fork and we're going to see how that cookie is. Okay, so here we are. Here is a clean fork, and here is our really well cooked warm chocolate chip cookie. It smells heavenly. I hope everybody enjoys this recipe, and I hope you go out there, make it, and post some pictures of your cookie for me. I'll see you later. Enjoy!